So with the quarters. Oh, I'm scared now. I short stroked that one for real. Pocket size, self-defense weapons.
Okay, all right.
You down with that?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this?
The quarters, yeah, lighter now.
You never heard of a lighter?
Nope.
The fist load.
I just heard the roll of quarters.
Yeah, you put a
Makes
roll.
your fist bigger or something.
It makes your fist bigger and heavier,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what I've always wanted from my fist. I need my hands to be larger and heavier.
Slower.
I don't know. I was immediately going to be like, this is bullshit, and if you think this, it means you can't fight. But to be fair, I don't actually know. Is the roll of quarters in your hand or the lighter? This is the one.
And yeah, I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? Oh my God. It's always some fucking redneck who's always like, you know, oh, you put a lighter in you. And this is the other thing. I got a couple of lighters because this is what happens is you'll do the old Bic and they'll be like, no, it's not that type of lighter. They make a round type of lighter and use the round type of lighter. And then I knew that I would use like quarters and they'd be like, no, it's that. And if it didn't work, they'd be like, no, it's actually pennies. I think this goes in the same bin as the keys between the fingers. It's the cow tipping stuff.
Yep.
You know, it's a thing that people say they do, but no one actually does. My problem is when I make a fist, when I make my natural fist, I'm lining these two knuckles up with the bones in my forearm. I got good architecture here because I'm trying to land flat with those two. Anything that makes me do my fist differently, I can't see how that is better because look, it puts this.
Yep.
And then the thing is, I think like, well, they'll say, but you have to, like, I guess adjust my fist so that I can land correctly. But why would I do anything that makes me not do
What you naturally do.
the fighting shit I already know how to do?
Yeah.
Maybe there's some merit for someone who doesn't box or doesn't kickbox or something like that. I don't know yet. We're going to figure that out. Throwing that overhand right, I think will be easier. I think a straight punch, I don't think it's going to work out great. Because a straight punch with no fist load, right, doesn't feel great to begin with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot can go wrong if you're off a little bit. You got to make a tight fist, put that thing in there accurately. All right? I feel like if I put this quarters in my hand, I'm like scared to throw the
What
punch.
if you injure your hand?
Well, the idea is that it's supposed to reinforce it.
Yeah.
The problem with the brass knuckles and everything is that it spreads your fingers all apart,
Yeah.
which undoes all of our things that we figured out about how to make a strong, tight fist. But
I mean, it felt harder.
did it feel harder?
Yeah.
It kind of felt like it. So without, with,
It definitely feels harder.
I definitely feel like I'm hitting harder.
Yeah, it feels harder.
That was a roughly the same amount of effort.
Yeah.
Now, comment below. Obviously, we are going to need help. This will be something we follow up on. Like, what could we do to better figure this out? But I feel right there the difference between empty hand and quarters in hand. That second one, I wasn't even as accurate, and I feel like I still hit it harder. It feels like I'm moving, like it hits harder.
Oh yeah.
Here, you try. Here, punch without. Get ready. Throw a real punch. Listen. Okay. This is the untrained style of. Dude, it's definitely harder.
And I'm doing the same.
You did
force.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's definitely harder. This is the one I was like, no way. I don't need my fist to be. Like, I don't need that.
that wide open, I guess, or whatever.
Well, no, to be heavier. Like, I didn't think the added
okay,
mass
yeah.
would really make a difference.
So try one of the thin ones. Try like pennies. Because like I feel like with this like this, it doesn't do anything to your like you're putting that in your hand. Your fist isn't really changing to me.
I
Like,
think.
if I'm fit like this.
Yeah. A lighter thing. So the lighters.
Yeah, this is really small, like thin though.
I think maybe would that help someone who doesn't know how to make a fist? Like if your hands don't automatically make a good fist, which people don't. You have to learn how to make a fist. That's why everyone gets mad at me when I'm like, boxing is not a natural thing. You have to teach people how to make a fist.
What is this, dimes?
Dimes. This is
Dimes,
the littlest one. So straight.
Yep.
On the left hand. Behind the ear, man.
Yep.
Boom, that's that behind the ear shot.
I don't know. That kind of feels similar.
So,
Yep.
and without.
It feels very similar.
About the same. The quarters made
What do you
it.
think? What do you feel?
It feels similar to
Same?
me.
Yeah.
You want to try dimes?
Yeah.
The quarters to me, I felt a marked increase.
So do you want regular?
Just whatever kind of punch you want to throw. So that's without.
Okay. Similar?
Yeah.
I feel like it's similar.
You know, you hit kind of hard for somebody that's leaning and using their arm. I guess that's, people like don't use muscles to punch, but like if you have a bunch of them, I mean, if you have a bunch of muscles.
Yeah.
I've always thought this was bullshit.
Yeah. I've like I said, I've
You never heard it?
Never heard
Oh my God, it's always.
it. Must be a redneck thing. I'm not, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a redneck thing.
But at the
And
same time, who's carrying a roll of quarters in their pocket? A lighter, I can understand because you're carrying a lighter in your pocket.
So without, we'll just go straight punch.
Yeah.
Right on the chin. And then with this and, oh shit. See, it makes me like make my fist different. It makes me feel different about doing it.
Yeah, I would say so far, quarters the only thing I feel like has made
Without.
a difference.
Oh shit. Why can't I? I'm making my fist different. See, look, that was without it. With it, there we go.
Yeah, I don't feel any difference.
I don't believe that this makes a difference.
You think it depends on the width of the lighter? And we have
Well, I got some other,
like I honestly, when I put it in my hands, I feel like this one, I liked feeling
like
the
a
best.
square one?
Yeah, and it's kind of,
And look-
I feel like it's a little fatter.
maybe this one will work better because we've got like a redneck aesthetic on it.
Yeah.
Like to put, this is the type of person, that believes that this is a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
You get the Ed Hardy jeans and
yeah,
the
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, the bedazzled jeans.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking, untrained redneck throwing a haymaker.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna throw. You can, see, I know how to make a fist though.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what part of my fist I should be hitting with.
Yep.
But a redneck that doesn't, if he holds this in his hand, right? It makes me have to make my fist differently. Because
Yeah.
when I do my fist that I do, everyone does a fist differently. This is how I do my fist. There's someone that's freaking out about this guy right here.
Wait, you don't tuck your thumb in?
No, yeah, I tuck my thumb into my fist and punch like that. No, I make that fist, that style of fist there.
Okay.
And I just do that because if I curl it up and make a proper fist the right way, it just takes me a split second. This is just how I learned to make a fist.
Yeah. It's
It's
worked
just
for you
how-
so far.
it's just how I do it now.
Yeah.
All right, but I have to change the way I make it. I'm trying to kind of throw it bad to see if it hurts my hand.
And honestly, it feels a little harder. Could also be where you hit it on there though too.
Yeah, there's an element of randomosity to this. Let me try without. Maybe I feel a little more
I don't know.
stable.
That definitely feels. I want to say it feels a little bit stronger.
Like maybe I throw it a little harder now that I'm getting some practice with it.
Yeah.
So
Just
this,
straight
what
out?
do you got? So what do you got?
What do you want?
Punch it without the lighter.
Okay.
However you would punch it.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Telegraphing, leaning, using arm muscle. Great. Hitting with his pinky. Land with these two knuckles, man. You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh.
Ooh. See, that's what an accurately placed
what do you
shot feels
think?
like. So that was with the lighter. Feels about the same, but how's it feel to you?
I mean, I think it does bother me a little more without it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you feel like holding the lighter does help?
And like you feel like Superman.
Huh.
No, not really, but
You feel like a little stouter. You feel like a little more confident with the lighter.
yeah, I think so.
So this is me hitting it with my fist without any reinforcement, without nothing up my sleeve, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing in my hand, right? This is that right there.
Oh, it seemed easy.
But it doesn't feel great, right? I don't do this a lot.
Yeah.
So like I'm acutely aware. I landed good and flush with those two with a tight fist. Didn't injure my hand, but it didn't feel great. I wonder with the quarters in my hand. Let me try the lighter. I'll try the lighter and see if that feels better. But my hand already kind of hurts.
I mean, yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's
Well, we were
hitting
wailing
the
on
inside.
shit.
Yeah.
It's hard. This isn't an exact science. But we're gonna do
We're
our
not
best.
claiming that it is.
Yeah.
This is hard to hurt science.
Yeah, bro science, right?
It definitely wasn't as clean.
No, but I kind of pumped the brakes on it. I didn't feel as good about it. Try the left, because that's starting to hurt and bother me.
All right, just
Now
be accurate with that.
Don't make fun of my left hand. Yeah. Let me try without. Let me try left straight without. All right, make sure little thumby worms are out the way.
Yep.
Left straight. Like I feel like it's gonna look bad. All right. Oh! So with the quarters. Oh, I'm scared now. I short stroked that one for real. Now I'm overthinking it.
Yep.
I felt like it was gonna be squirrely, but it did. But it might be just like, it's like pedaling your bike off a ramp, man. As long as you just go, you'll be fine. It's if you try to
think
stop.
about it.
If you hit the brakes at all, it's gonna end in disaster.
Knuckles are bleeding out too. Yeah, here we go.
And the first punch I landed there, the second punch I landed here because it, more of my fist.
I could feel it. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, more of my fist hit the thing. Let me put the quarters in my right hand. I'll do another right hand. I'll let my right hand rest a little bit.
Hard to hurt, easy to bleed, huh?
Yeah. Notice I've always said hard to hurt, never impossible to hurt. Right?
That seemed easy on that one.
Yeah, but I hit these knuckles. It hurted.
So you're not punching as accurate, obviously.
Well, it's messing me up.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
it's where, yeah, knuckles up on that too.
Yeah, so I'm tearing my knuckles up. I don't know. So what's the consensus?
Honestly, I felt like of everything you've tried, the quarters was the only thing. When you were hitting that dummy, the only thing that I felt like when you were hitting significantly harder was when you were using those.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of felt similar.
On the receiving end.
Yeah.
Agreed. And for me as the puncher, for you as the puncher, we felt a little bit better with something in our hand.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of that is like we just feel better. Now, having a little bit of something in your hand, like bag gloves have a little bar in them. And when you wrap somebody's hands for a fight, you try to put a little extra tape and gauze in there, something for them to wrap their fingers around and get a hold on to. There's something to be said for reinforcing the fist. But anything that makes me, whether you do your fist like this, or whatever version of making a fist that you make that works for you, if you already know how to fight, I don't know that putting this in your hand is like, there's a risk versus reward. Like now I hit,
Yeah.
What, maybe-
game changer all of a sudden.
maybe I hit 40% harder, like an appreciable amount, but not like, it's not like double damage.
And so that's something you're gonna say to these guys, like, make sure you carry a roll of quarters in your pockets now, because it's gonna make a difference.
Especially
in the fight.
because all I wear is little gym shorts and stuff like
Right?
that,
Yeah.
Where do you even put them? That's ridiculous.
Get a little holster for it, because we know you and your holsters.
You gotta have a holster. Yeah, you gotta have your quarter holster. I still think, even though I think there might be some merit to it, I think it's like, still like you can't fight. I'm like mad about this left.
You want redemption?
Yeah, I'm mad about the left hand.
Don't think of this.
I know I can. It's just, I hate throwing my left. I never throw a straight left. Even when I switch stances, it's always to do like lead hand stuff. It's never to do this.
Those redemption, redemption at what cost?